What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 19 of the Pack Mentality Podcast, your number one source for Zombies Discourse. I am AQ Devi, joined by my handsome co-host Shorbz, and today the main topic is going to be ranking all of the DLC3s throughout COD Zombies history. Before we get into it, though, we are going to talk about the Kawakajo trailer or teaser that came out earlier today, and we'll briefly go over how we're feeling about the illicit cargo event that's going on right now as well. Yeah, with that said, Shorbz, you said you had some things to say about the Kawakajo teaser.
Yeah, so for anybody else that was like following along, we got for my time, we got the Kawakajo, like the little, I think 7-second video today. We got that at 11 my time, and I was like, oh, here we go. Like, we're getting like handful of teasers today. Like, why else would they start so early? Because typically if they do one, it's at like 1 or 2 or something my time. And of course we're recording this the same day, but 8 hours later, and yeah, nothing else for the rest of the day. That's a little disappointing because, like I said, I was expecting them to post a few more since they posted so early. Maybe we get some over the weekend, but in terms of the like teaser itself, I thought the quote was pretty interesting. It's almost certainly Takeo talking about how there was some, relational issues in his family. I'm sure we're going to get a little bit more context to that. Maybe if they keep posting throughout the weekend. We sort of, before the pod, we're talking, and you mentioned that they might do that, and I was like, I guess I was skeptical at first, but now that you mention it, like they do post them like one day to the next. I don't think they're gonna like wait for like the weekend or whatever and then like start back up Monday. So,
Right.
Yeah. So the hope is they keep that up throughout the weekend. That wasn't really like what stuck out to me. Like when I saw the teaser by Treyarch, it was more so the in the video itself. Just how close the volcano is to the map. I was very happy to see that because I was not like worried or anything, but I guess there was a part of me that was wondering if like they would be off in the distance, similar to like the mushroom cloud, how in Paradox, how it's not like, right up there like to the side of the map and sort of like towering over the player as they go through the map. But yeah, it appears that and I think it's multiple volcanoes are pretty darn close to the map, and I'm really happy to see that. That might sort of give some credit to the thought that like maybe a volcano like actively like pours into the map and changes different areas and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I noticed. I'm really happy with how the map looks. It looks incredible. And yeah, hopefully we get some more shots of it over the weekend. What are your thoughts, Mr. Devi?
Oh yeah, to be honest, I didn't even realize that the volcano was in the frame. I was more so looking at the like direct close sort of area there. Yeah, no, that's a great spot by you, because we talked about it last week, like how is the volcano maybe going to interact with the map, because we were looking at that sort of like melee macchiato spot, and I think that observation that you just made definitely bodes well for the fact that it might be a lot more a part of the map than just something out in the distance, like with the mushroom cloud on Paradox. So that's a great point. And yeah, the quote is really interesting too. It says, "Relations in my family were complicated," and as we know, where this is taking place, the sort of castle belongs to Takeo's family, according to Kevin Drew, which is definitely interesting. I think I pointed out last week, like we've never seen the family ties to really any of these characters in any of their iterations, so this is going to be a very interesting map lore-wise that I'm very excited for. I did see someone today, I think I saw it on Twitter, so I'm not even sure if it was someone from the pack, but they said, like, what if the Emperor is Takeo's father in this universe? And if that was someone from the pack, that sounds crazy. That is a really cool idea. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Takeo's family weaves into the story of this map. It's a new side of Zombies lore that I'm very fascinated by. But yeah, all in all, looks like a good teaser, and I'm really hoping that they keep the ball rolling and give us little scraps throughout the weekend before they give us hopefully a good chunk of something for later this week.
Anything, please.
Yeah. Gameplay trailer, something, even just a snippet of the Easter egg song or something. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah, the hype's building up. I guess just real quick before we get to the event, I was a little worried that we weren't gonna get anything, because that would sort of, and like Treyarch's already come out and said that they release stuff on their own time. They're not on this like set thing that we can sort of like expect to see a teaser at this time and this day or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was worried because it's been speculated and almost, like, not actually confirmed, but like pretty darn close to confirmed that we're getting Kawakujo on the 25th.
Yeah.
And the fact that we didn't get anything this week, I was pretty worried that we were gonna have to, wait till early July to, actually get the map. But I think today's teaser would sort of put those worries to rest, because like they always seem to post some kind of teaser 2 weeks before the map comes out. So, and it's weird to say because it doesn't feel like we waited that long. Maybe it's because Totenreich's such a banger of a map that, it doesn't feel like we've been like starving. But yeah, so this upcoming week, it's just weird that like we should be getting something like intro cutscene or like gameplay trailer or like something, so soon as, like 5 days from now. Yeah, super excited. And then the map itself in less than 2 weeks. It's crazy. So really hoping that this is sort of a sign that it is coming out on the 25th. And yeah, dude, I'm super excited for Kawakujo. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us next week.
It's a great point, because yeah, it feels like just yesterday we were like going over all the Totenreich stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it seems like, sort of as Treyarch Zombies entries go, there is some sort of lull in like the middle, and I think that was definitely felt with BO7, but it seems like they're once again cooking with gas. Gonna deliver this one and our finale map, and I hope it just we keep going from here. Nothing like that, because I mean, if you look back, that there was a massive gap between Shattered Veil and Reckoning, and I think it definitely sort of hindered the launch of Reckoning in a way, because we were expecting obviously something absolutely incredible, and while I do love Reckoning in a lot of ways, I think it was definitely a letdown for people expecting more than what we got, and fairly so. So I'm hoping this year is something a little different. They go out with a bang, and yeah, it is crazy that it's so soon.
Yeah, definitely excited for it. One thing that they've sort of dropped in the meantime is this, I don't even know what it's actually called. I just know it as like the event. It's like illicit something?
Illicit cargo.
Okay. So I guess for anybody that might not be aware, there's basically like different challenges that we have to do across Endgame, multiplayer zombies, and Warzone. Each mode that you do all the challenges for, you get this BO3 camo, and they all look sweet. And then once you do all four, then you get Cherry Fizz, which is sort of the like the mastery camo for this event. So I just today got Cherry Fizz. I did everything but Endgame yesterday, and then today I finished up with Endgame. So yeah, I guess just what are your overall thoughts about the events? Yeah, just how's that going for you?
It's going good. I just today started on my multiplayer and Warzone stuff. Finished up multiplayer today. Just now, right before we started recording, I did my first Warzone game, and it's fun. It's getting me to flex those different muscles outside of zombies. Obviously, yeah. Zombies is my main bread and butter, but you know, doing the competitive stuff. Endgame is sort of like it's weird. It's like a mixture of like Warzone and Zombies in a way. Not so much multiplayer because there's no real PvP, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you mentioned it before we started recording that it really shows how fun like BO7 is as just a whole package.
Yeah.
And like I'm super dedicated to zombies, and yet there's all this fun stuff that I've yet to like really get deep into. I've definitely played my fair share of multiplayer and endgame, but this is like reinvigorating something with me. So yeah, real excited. I like the camos as well. Some of them a little less than others, but obviously Overgrown is sick as hell. Cherry Fizz, which I'm eager to get to hopefully this evening. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the event. What about you?
Yeah, man, same. It's like you said, Overgrown. I mean, Overgrown and the Razorback coming back, and this, like, I'm playing Zetsubo all over again, bro. It's amazing. I feel like there's no other way to hop into Kawakujo other than the Razorback with Overgrown on it. Like, that's just, it has to be that way. There's no other way to go about it. But yeah, so me, Warman, and Shelly, we did the MP ones together, and Shelly made us do freaking hardcore, bro. Like, Shelly, if you're watching, like, that's ridiculous. I will never forgive you for that.
Oh god.
But it was so bad, dude. I cannot forgive Shelly. I was complaining the entire time. Yeah, so did MP first, and then went over to Warzone. Warzone was fun, like surprisingly fun. I mean, it's not that like Warzone's bad or anything, but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, just good fun hopping back into, Warzone again, doing all those challenges. Like, it was just like, none of it was, multiplayer was surprisingly the most tedious. Like, Warzone was just fun.
Yeah.
Zombies, of course, is fun. And then, yeah, Endgame. You and I played Endgame way back at the beginning of BO7. You sort of like showed me the ropes and everything, and then I did not touch it since. Not because I didn't like it or anything. I just like loved zombies, and like all my time was going to zombies. So like, why would I play anything else?
Yeah.
And then yeah, played Endgame again. I had no idea what I was doing, but sort of like got a little bit of the hang of things like as I kept playing. But yeah, it's just a testament, and like the whole point of it is obviously Treyarch trying to get us to like explore like outside of whatever, like the MP people are coming to zombies and Warzone and stuff like that, and like the zombies community is going to Warzone, MP. Like that was the whole point of it, and I feel like I'm such like a pawn in their game where they're like, oh, they're gonna like expand into other communities and love it, and I'm like, yeah, I love it, like this is great. I'm just like I'm just a puppet, bro. But like it's true. I absolutely loved playing Warzone. I love playing Endgame, and it's just a testament to how like awesome BO7 as a game is. Like, even though we're playing it every day and like some people might be getting fatigued, I don't really experience any like fatigue with it, like not too much at least. Like I would have to play zombies quite a bit to become like tired of it for the time being. But yeah, I guess don't be like it's a reminder not to be like I guess like a prisoner of the moment. Like we go back and we play like BO3 and stuff, and it's like, oh, this is peak, and it's like BO7, it might sometimes not feel like, it might feel stale, I guess, because like you're playing the same thing over and over and over again. But like this is a generational game, bro. Like it's insane from top to bottom. I absolutely love BO7, and this event sort of highlighted all the great things about it. And yeah, just a lot of fun. I'm glad we got this to sort of tide us over until Kawakujo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, BO7 generational. Talk your shit, because it's so
peak,
good.
Bro. It's so good.
Yeah. With that said, we are now to the point of which you guys came here for. We will be ranking all of the DLC3 maps in COD Zombies history. I'd like to point out that last time we did this was for DLC2s, and for that for Advanced Warfare chose Carrier. Which isn't exactly the case. We were just, it was intentional. Like, I know that Outbreak is technically DLC 1, but we were treating it as a launch map. Yeah. Because if we ever went back and ranked the launch maps, like there wouldn't really be anything for that.
Although Caro did say like the Riot survival map,
which is a good point.
Bro. I guess. Whatever.
It is a good point. So yeah, this week we will be doing Descent for AW. If we do DLC 4s, sorry AW fans.
Yeah. We'll just do Descent for that again or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Who knows, bro?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, everything else is pretty by the book. Shorb Z, would you like to get us started? We have, what is it, 12 maps here. Neither of us know our lists as we always do here, so yeah, I'm really eager to get into this. Yeah, Shorb Z, what is your number 12, brother?
So my number 12, and this sort of comes with an asterisk, but I'm pretty confident it would be here regardless, because I have actually not played this map due to the game that it's on. So there's a little bit of like, sort of, like you have to use your imagination a bit here on a map that seemingly has no imagination put into it, and that is the Archon from Vanguard. Haven't played it. What I've seen looks extremely uninspiring. I just have like, it's on Vanguard, therefore it's bad. Besides Shinonuma Reborn, yeah, just not original at all. Like I have nothing else to say about the Archon. I will, to be fair, once BO7's life cycle is over, I do intend on going back and playing like the Archon, Terra Maledicta, stuff like that. But I do not have high hopes for it. The gameplay, I've watched plenty of gameplay on it. It does not look fun at all. And therefore it is going to slot in at number 12, the bottom of my list. What about you?
It's fair. Number 12 is going to be a map that I have little to no experience with on a game that I have little to no experience with. And that's going to be Tortured Path. Not just considering those two facts that I really don't have a lot going into it, paired with the fact that it is definitely the furthest thing from regular zombies. Round-based zombies is the reason that it's gonna go here at the very bottom. Yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things about this experience. I think, you know, just the idea of it does sound kind of neat. And seemingly they were going for something a little bit different, but from what I hear, it doesn't stick the landing, and I'm very eager to try it for myself. But yeah, it's got to go at the bottom purely because I have nothing to go off of besides bad comments, and it's not really round-based zombies. So
yeah,
Tortured Path is going to be my number 12 here.
Yeah, that's a good segue into my number 11, which is Tortured Path. Yep. Yeah, to the surprise of nobody, it's at the bottom of both our lists. It's just, to your point, I respect Sledgehammer for sort of giving it a shot, like taking a risk at something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not the best. I will say there is like some charm to each of the maps. Like I think at least it's 3 different areas, and like we're not just like stuck doing different challenges on the same map or something. But yeah, it's whatever. The giant like ice monster guy in the final map is fun. There's actually probably the highlight of the Tortured Path is when you're on the ship, and there's a step where you sort of travel you like do like a parkour thing from different areas, and you sort of go through each of like, you start at Final Reich and then you go to Dark Shore. I think. Yeah, so we had already been to Shadowed Throne, then you go to Shadowed Throne, and then the final island where you play this, like, what's that game called? Where it's like you put the ball under the cup and you, like, mix it up and stuff. You do that with a fish in a bucket, basically. So,
right.
That's fun. There's, like I said, a little bit of charm to each of the maps, but not nearly enough to put it any higher than number 11 for me, so it's gonna stay right there at 11.
Yeah. Valid. So maybe we won't give it a try, but I'm sure we will down the line, but yeah. I'm not so much in a hurry for that. My number 11 is going to be the Archon. It is so lazy that they took an already it's so weird. It's so bizarre. Bad, they took one of their Vanguard Zombies maps and just made it round based and made it green. It reeks of laziness. To be fair, it does have a visually pretty cool looking boss fight and boss fight arena, but that's really all it's got going for it. Decimator shield is cool, but I just have a sore ass from this map. Like it pains me.
Yeah.
So I can't give it much credit at all. And so yeah, the Archon's got to be my number 11, sadly, but deserved.
The Archon takes place in Egypt, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, I just every time I hear like the Egypt, like the fact that it takes place in Egypt, it irks me because there's so many cool things you could do with a map based in Egypt, and they just like did nothing. I don't know. Like when you say that, like obviously they were sort of short on time, but it's like how much, like 30 like did they have like 30 minutes to like make that like it's so bad, dude. From what I've seen, again haven't played it. Maybe it's my goat when I do actually come around to playing it, but like it, to your point, it reeks of laziness. It's just not good. So yeah, our first two, or the bottom two on our list, are the same, just in inverse order. Who would have thought?
Easy picks, yeah.
I will say from here forward, I actually do enjoy all of these maps. Like the bottom two were sort of like bad in my opinion. The rest of them are at least decent.
That's fair.
Now the viewer, I please put your pitchforks down. You are not gonna like what I have at number 10. My number 10 map is Doris.
Oh.
So like again, I like Doris. Before you click off, I like Doris. It's just there's not a whole lot to do on the map. Oh, I should also preface this. We're ranking the originals of some of these. So like Doris, Shang is a DLC3. We're only ranking them as like their original form.
That's fair.
At least I did. I'll speak for myself.
Sure.
So yeah, Doris. I mean, camping on the catwalk is sick. PPSH, of course. Who doesn't love that? Camping on the catwalk with the WAF, some LMG. Introduce Pack-a-Punch. How can you not love Doris for that alone? The teleporting is cool. The lore is incredible. Just so much to love about Doris. But Debbie, you might not believe this. I'm an Easter egg guy. So just that's sort of the weak spot. Obviously, like you can't fault Doris for it, but like I'm going to fault Doris for it anyway. I love it for what it is, but it just can't be any higher than 10 for me because when I load in, I'm looking to do more than just sort of kill zombies. So, Doris is going to come in at number 10 for me.
That's very valid. Yeah, I'd like to point out that our criteria is probably going to be a little different here. Mine is, I'm purely going on what I'm ranking it by what I would like to pick up and play right now.
Right.
And I might want to play different maps for different reasons. So spoilers, Doris is going to be further up the list than yours. But no, it's good that we're getting that out of the way now. So number 10, I don't have a lot of experience with this map. I believe I've done the boss fight at least though. Way back in the day. It's gonna be Descent.
Okay.
Descent is environmentally a pretty cool map. It's really cool in concept. It's underwater. It is a facility map, but I think they definitely stylized it to fit that underwater theming. The boss fight is not bad. I would argue I enjoy it more than the Keeper fight.
Wow. Okay.
One of the biggest flaws for Descent is unfortunately its wonder weapon, which is very cool in theory, but it just does not have very good killing power. And unfortunately, another byproduct of the ranking on Descent is just going to be in the game that it's in. Not my favorite game in the world, of course. Sorry to Captain Caro. But I think Descent is going to be my number 10 for all the reasons I just said. I'm sure it could go up if I spent more time with it, but it's going to be number 10 for now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, those are fair points about Descent. Like, I don't blame you for putting it so low, especially, like, I'm not a fan of AW at all, but I do think that Descent has some charm to it.
Yeah.
Just some of the Easter egg steps, like going out in the water and, like, the Goliath suit, like, it introduced the first boss fight, even though it's not like the greatest boss fight in the world.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like I'm not again. I don't have to send it like one or anything, but like
Yeah.
I do respect Descent for what it is. I think it has you know, some charm to it. So, but again, I don't blame you for putting in a 10. It's an AW map at the end of the day. Like, how high can you put it? Sorry, Carl. Dude, Carl's he's like getting caught in the crossfire right now.
Sorry,
So yeah,
brother.
that was your number 10. Moving on to my number 9, I have Shang from BO1. Granted, we're like I said, we're in the realm of like maps that I love, so it's not like, don't take number 9 as like me not liking Shang.
Sure.
Yeah, dude, Shang's incredible. Like atmosphere, no, like everybody knows the atmosphere is incredible. The baby gun's incredible. It introduced like a lot of just like really bizarre, like unique things. Like you're introduced right from the spawn to the monkeys. Like the monkeys are like posted up around the spawn room. And then even when you leave, the first thing you experience is the spikes coming up out of the ground, like for no reason. It's just like Treyarch giving you like the middle finger, basically.
Zelensky in particular, yeah.
Yeah. Depending on where you go, like if you take the one route to like the, I don't know, like the mud area, you have to like sort of follow through that maze, and if you don't, then you're like super slow.
Oh yeah.
From there, there's like the bridge, and then there's the water slide. Like there's just like Shang is like, it's like a obstacle course or something. Like there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with Shang. I absolutely love it. Yeah, just super unique. The monkeys with like how they change the drops. We got the fire zombie as well as the screamy boy. I don't know like the actual name of either one, but yeah, dude, I like Shang. It's a great map. The fast travels are fun. The whole thing's fun. The quest, I don't think I've ever done the quest because I just do everything solo. So like even if I wanted to do, like I would have to play BO3 we'd have to get a few of the guys from the pack.
And
but
we
yeah,
should.
We definitely should. But yeah, Shank's great. I love it. I just can't put it any higher than this. I'm gonna have to put it at 9. So yeah, there's my pick for number 9. What are your thoughts, Debbie?
Very fair. Shang was, I would say, probably the most controversial map in BO1. Yeah, I'm on my list giving it its flowers for a lot of innovations that it's made, and I can respect it for its like tightness, which I think is like one of the biggest complaints that people tend to have with Shang. Yeah. So I can totally get though why you would have it so low, especially coming from the quest guy that has never done the quest. Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. My number 9, I'm gonna have to call for the putting down of the pitchforks. It's gonna be Mauer der Toten.
Okay.
Wow. Oh man. Mauer is not my favorite of Cold War. It's not even my second favorite. I would put D Machine or Forsaken above Mauer any day of the week, unfortunately. And the Cerberus is one of my all-time favorite wonder weapons. The base variant. The concept of it's so cool, being able to swap between your wonder weapons essentially on the fly. I think it's such a neat idea. The Krasny Soldats are pretty neat too. Obviously the sort of Russian counterpart to the Panzers. Yeah, I just was, I was feeling it at the time. It's definitely gone down for me. The boss fight is, it can be a massive pain. But yeah, Mauer just does not hit the notes for me that it does other people, which is very unfortunate. I do understand the charm. The wonder weapons talk to you, and it's the Requiem crew, which is neat. The train at the bottom with the zombies on fire is really cool. Klaus being introduced here. It's a lot of little things that unfortunately don't add up to much in my opinion. But I gotta give it its flowers. It is pretty cool environmentally. I'd give it like a C+ on environment. But yeah, I still enjoy Mauer for what it is. It's just I don't think I can put it any higher than 9 for this list.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I have
Thank
a
you.
yeah, I have a I have a little bit higher. Like I said, the Cerberus is great. You said it's one of your favorites, but that's not quite enough to move it any higher than 9 for you. The quest is fine. I don't think it's like anything too special. I think a lot of the stuff on Mauer is just good. It doesn't really like exceed anywhere besides you could say the Cerberus.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I
Good.
guess. Yeah, it's good. It's a fun map. I'll get to it. Yeah, a little bit later, but yeah, no, totally fair points for your number 9. I guess I'll cover this when I get to it, but yeah, no. So Mauer coming in at your number 9. My number 8 is a map that you have already mentioned, and it is Descent from AW.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you covered a good amount with it. Like I said, I love the Goliath step, like where you're going through the water, like just it's so sick. There's also the parkour step that actually uses the exo movement. I think that if you have the advanced movement in a game, like utilize it, like take advantage of that for Easter egg steps, like sort of highlight the thing that makes the game different. It's something that people are gonna like remember about the game that they can't do in like BO2 or like IW or stuff like that. So
For sure.
Yeah, I just like the atmosphere. I think it's weirdly like it's the last map of the game and it's the best one in my opinion, which we can't say for like any other zombies game. They usually sort of end off on a weak note, unfortunately. But
All right. What about Origins?
Origins is also the exception. That's peak.
Okay.
But yeah, just in general, yeah, Descent. I love Descent. It's a great map. It's in Noah J's top 10, oddly enough, which I did not expect to see. But yeah, there's just some charm to Descent. I don't have much else to say about it. I think it's a good map.
For sure. Yeah, okay. This is where everyone needs to calm down. Number 8 for me is gonna be Attack of the Radioactive Thing.
Oh,
I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I can't put it much higher. I will say though, I am working on a project right now which involved me having to play that game for a little bit. Actually, I didn't have to play. All I needed was a little screenshot. But I did go ahead and play a little bit completely blind. I really don't know what I'm doing on most of IW, and for what I played, it was pretty cool. It's a pretty unique environment for a zombies map. The Krogs were visually neat, very, very different from anything we've seen in Zombies. Again, I've yet to do the boss fight, but I've heard fantastic things from pretty much everyone in the Discord, as well as online. So I know in my heart that Attack deserves probably better than this. But from my experience alone and some of the talkings I hear from everyone, I can't put it higher than 8 just because I do have quite a bit of experience on all of the rest of these maps. Okay. So yeah, with that, I'll leave it at 8. I'm sure it deserves higher, but that's all as high as I can put it, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I shout out Warman, by the way. He's like the leader of the Attack the Attack
boss fight.
Yeah. Yeah, Attack's a great map. I am gonna get to that in a little bit here, I guess, with like more details and stuff. The egg is so controversial, and I think for good reason. But yeah, the boss fight. I'll glaze the boss fight when we get to it. So, I definitely think if you were to play it more, you would move it up the list. But especially for like just having like one playthrough, I do not blame you at all for having it at number 8.
Sure.
Which segues into my number 7, which is Mauer or Toten. You had it at, was that 9 for you?
Yep.
Yeah, so Mauer, when I originally got back into like decided to do Cold War, I actually got it just for Mauer because I was hearing that like that was, at least at the time, like sort of what I was seeing was like Mauer was the only good map from Cold War.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was a great map. It suffers from the Cold War mechanics, which we've been over this a million times. I hate the zombie elimination stuff. I hate the radar.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like, if if we're sort of like punishing other maps, and I think rightfully so for being like in a game that has mechanics that we don't like, I think we sort of have to penalize Mauer for that as well. On top of it, I mean, it's just like I said earlier, it's good at everything. The wonder weapon's incredible, but like that equation doesn't add up to Mauer being anything better than number 7 for me. I did have it as my favorite Cold War map for a long time, but I feel like the Machine might be just creeping above it just a little bit. Yeah, Mauer's it's a fun time loading in, getting the Cerberus, and just annihilating zombies till the end of time is fun. But yeah, it's good. I like it. It's a good map, so it'll be coming in at my number 7.
Yeah, I know you're not a big fan of Cold War at all, so I'm sure a lot of its issues for you seem like because it's a product of the game that it's in. Yeah, and I can totally agree, and that's coming from someone that I've enjoyed plenty of Cold War Zombies. Yeah, I could definitely see Mauer going up a slot or two here just by being a part of a better game.
Carry forward. Carry forward confirmed.
Dude, that would be a trip if we got the Cold War maps in BO7.
Oh yeah.
I would probably be pretty geeked.
Dude, same. Yeah, I'd be super happy to play them with like the advanced system. At first I thought you were going with like, if only we knew, like if some for whatever reason Treyarch like only told us that they were bringing like carry forward for the Cold War maps. You're like, what if we just announced that right now?
Oh. Yeah. One day we'll be on that level.
Yeah, we will for sure. But yeah, no, if they carried forward the Cold War maps, I would be stoked, because I think I would, to your point, have a newfound appreciation for Mauer and D Machine, Forsaken, and just those 3. Yep.
Agreed. By the way. Okay. So my number 7 is going to upset a lot of people.
Oh no.
Not intentionally so. But I think
don't do it, bro.
This map is a part of a game that has such a good collection, such a strong collection of maps that unfortunately it just can't stack up to some of these others. I would say it's the second worst map in the game, not counting the giant. That's because it's Garad Krovi.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think Der Eisendrache is better than Garad. Zetsubo, Revelations, those are all better than Garad. Yeah, I get it. This is coming from someone that like fucking loves dragon stuff. Something about it just does not hit me in the way that it does other people, and that is a damn shame, because I feel like this map was like almost made for me. But the boss fight is interesting in the way that it's kind of 2 bosses in one. That is really neat. The unique aspects like the dragon shield and the Gauntlet of Siegfried are really neat. I've always unfortunately felt that the Valkyries especially, but even the Manglers, something about them don't really feel like they fit into Garad. And that sort of rubs me the wrong way. The Easter egg has a lot of rough spots, a lot of controversial steps. There is some very cool lore attached to this map, but I think the things that I see as strong in this map are not good enough to put it any higher. And I can understand why people like this map a lot more than me, but they're not me. And so for me, it's going to be number 7.
breaking my heart over here, bro.
I know.
We were recently talking in the Discord, and like, I don't get this like new, and I'm not saying like you're a part of this, but like this new hatred for GK, bro. I just do not get it. Like I adore GK, and I think the crazy thing is I might actually agree with you that it's the second worst map on BO3, but like,
Just above what?
Shadows, for sure. Shadows, yeah. I mean, it's either that or Rev. For I mean, if we're not including the Giant, like the Giant would be last for me, but dude, I don't know, man. GK, it's so much fun. Like I love, like, what don't you like about the Easter egg? Is it just like, is it like the bomb step specifically, or like?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pretty
You don't
pretty
like the
rough
bomb step?
one.
Okay.
I like the concept of the like the statues and having to dart around and do all these different things. That is
Mhm.
that is neat. And like collecting the statues, that is cool to me.
Okay. Oh, dude, I don't know. I love, like, I think GK's quest is super fun. I love the fact that I will say I wish there was a Mark III like quest, but I think there's so much to do outside of that that it's not like not necessary. Um,
I didn't even
yeah,
talk about the Mark IIIs.
good.
I
Floor's
don't
yours,
love
bro.
them. I don't
Dude.
love them. Better than the Ray K visually, for sure.
Period. Just period. You could have just stopped it better than the Ray K.
A
Dude,
little better than the Ray K.
it's so much better than the Ray K, bro. The Ray K is the least. The Ray K is the Archon of Wonder Weapons, bro. Just like no inspiration, just sauceless. Anyways,
Dude, I feel like for like a whole 24 hours, your Wonder Weapon ranking video caused a strong rift
ruckus.
in our community
Yeah, bro.
that we're only just now mending today.
Dude, the truth hurts, bro. The truth hurts, and like you could literally boot up BO7. It has a different name. It's called the AK-27, and you could just pack a punch that, and like that's the Ray K, bro. Like it's right there. If you want an energy mine to like really get the experience as well, like dude, it's right there.
We're not doing this again.
It's right there, bro. Anyways, I will glaze GK more when I get to it.
Yeah, let's get to the top half once you're done.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I understand the feeling of like I feel like I should love this map, but I just like something like I just don't, and I don't know why. I get that feeling. I don't get it for GK. Like I personally don't experience that with GK. I love it. I think it's a great map. It being the second worst map in BO3, I think is more a testament to how insane BO3 is than anything.
It's true.
But yeah, totally fair points. I'll glaze it more when I get to the top 6, which we are currently getting into. So these are the maps that we, like I said, from like 10 on, I like. We're starting to get into the maps where I like adore these maps. My number 6 is none other than Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Shout out Warman again.
Nice.
Yeah, Attack's quest. It's like it's hit or miss for me. Like I think the quest is fine. I like how complex it is. I'm very much a collectathon quest enjoyer. The highlight of the map for me is the boss fight. It's my favorite boss fight in Zombies with like the unique mechanics, and like the bomb code at the end is like absolute cinema. Like that's what I do after I do that every time, bro. I love the laser step where you have to do the parkour around it. It's just like unique mechanics in a boss fight are always a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the highlight of the map, and I think it's awesome that we have something like Attack, or at least like every time I'm thinking of a boss fight, I want it to be like Attacks, like so bad. I need those unique mechanics. The Wonder Weapons, fine. The Mad, like it's cool. Like it's very like thematic to the map, which I think is important. I think IW crushes that across the board, basically with every map. Yeah, I don't know. Attack, I love Attack. It's great. Atmosphere could be like a little bit better. It's kind of like washed, but for the most part, yeah, it's a great map. Elvira has a great set of personalities. She's fun to interact with throughout the Easter egg. Yeah, it's I love Attack. It's a great map. It's gonna come in at number 6 for me.
Fun fact, yeah, when I said I played Attack very briefly, I hit the box or hit the wheel and instantly got the Mad, and
Wow.
I was like, this thing doesn't like look like much.
Yeah.
But it was killing. I wasn't very far anyways, so of course it was killing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew that was the Wonder Weapons. I was like, hey, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also, being able to like fill that up from like the green pod things around the map is so sick. Those are the ammo crates before the ammo crates. If you didn't know, I don't know if you know that, but like the
Didn't know. Have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
green like puddles with like the ball things around the map. You can see them on like the bridge specifically. Those you can like refill the Wonder Weapon with that.
Gotcha.
No, good
to know. Number 6 for me is going to be Shangri-La. Yeah, very, very fun map, which the lore is so good. Brock and Gary, such a cool thing. The eclipse during the quest, such a neat concept. First zombies map to have female zombies, so respect for the inclusivity there.
Yep.
Thank you, Jimmy. The Wonder Weapon, the baby gun, so neat. I still to this day one of the most unique Wonder Weapons we've ever gotten, just purely based on what it does. Yeah, very bizarre, but so fun and so unique to that map. The monkeys, I don't know if you know this, but my favorite animal in the world is monkeys.
Wow, okay.
It is. So seeing them on Ascension and then seeing them here, BO1 was like such a time for me. And they function very differently here. They're disgusting looking and they can get you free perks, which is really cool. Yeah, and this was like, it was very cool to see like 2 brand new enemy types on top of the monkeys, with the napalm zombie and the shrieker zombies, that I think fit much better on Shangri-La than the Mangler and Valkyries do on Garad.
Yeah, one more jab at Garad.
Well, yeah,
on the way
parting shot.
Okay.
Pack-a-Punch can be interesting. I think it is kind of a fun thing to have to coordinate opening Pack-a-Punch, and that it's only a temporary sort of thing. Visually, as you already said, Shorbz, Shangri-La is phenomenal. Paradolia kicks ass.
Yep.
Yeah, the biggest complaints, like I said, people have are that it's very thin. There's not a lot of training spots. Obviously, the retort to that I've heard over the years is that you treat the entire map as a sort of training spot. I doubt that that's like necessarily the high round strat or anything, but you can definitely play it that way, and you're just like going in this circle of all these beautiful locales. And yeah, man, Shangri-La, it'll always have a special place in my heart, and for that reason, it is the first of the top half, number 6.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick. Why we're like, you mentioned the monkeys, and I thought it was funny how they like did they reused monkeys from Ascension, but they function entirely differently.
And they visually look completely different as well.
Right, yeah, it's just like the animal itself, the fact that it was monkeys and like in Ascension they're like robbing your perks, and then in Shang they're sort of like you can use them as like a strategic thing to have them cycle to like a double points or something. Yeah, so sick. Shang's a great map. That's a good pick for number 6 for you.
Not to mention the unique equipment with it's such a subtle thing, but you use it in the quest as well. The spike claymores. It's such a small thing, but yeah, Shangri-La really was a strong package that I think a lot of people dog on just because it is, I would say, probably the most difficult of BO1. But yeah, it's still phenomenal.
Yeah, very, very innovative at the very least.
Oh yeah,
so much cool stuff going on with Shang. That leads to number 5 for me, which is a map that, how would I describe this map? It was,
I already know what you're gonna pick, bro.
What is it? What do you think I'm gonna pick?
I think I do.
All right, I'll say it. Or do
maybe
you want me
not.
to say it?
Actually, maybe not.
Okay.
I might be wrong. Go ahead.
Do you want me to say it, or do you want to guess it first? And then
No, go for it.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Okay. I love this map's quest. It's one of those maps where, like, in the lead up to it, I thought it was going to be this, like, I guess I'll say it first, and then I'll sort of explain this. It's number 5 for me is Shattered Veil.
Okay.
Is that what you thought or no?
No, that was my second pick for sure.
Okay. So yeah, Shattered Veil. In the lead up to it, I was really hoping we would get some kind of like dark, like not like haunted house thing, but like similar
Dead
to
of the
it.
Night too.
But yeah, basically that was the hope. It's like let's just bring Dead of the Night. That's a top map for me. Let's just bring Dead of the Night back. Why not?
Yeah.
Of course, it takes place at the daytime, which is a little disappointing. But I will say, there's a few maps where right when you load in, like you know how every map you load in, like something happens, whether it's like even if it's just like music playing or something, it's sort of like the first impression of the map.
Sure.
The music that plays when you first load in, it's like like, oh dude, I adore that every single time I load into Shattered Veil. But was hoping it would be some kind of like haunted, like nighttime map. Obviously that is not the route that they went down. The Easter egg is a collectathon, which I am such a sucker for. Love collectathons. It was really nice seeing that because it was the first collectathon Easter egg we've gotten, in my opinion, since like BO4.
Wow.
Unless I'm not counting something, but yeah, great collectathon Easter egg. The secret rooms, I think they get overlooked often. Like, dude, the liminal spaces are awesome. Like, just going in any of them, the cellar, the library, like the dining room, like they're all so much fun. I know the Mark IIs being reused is a little bit of a downer, especially considering we've already seen Mark II variants before, and we got the WAF back. Like, the wonder weapons definitely could have been better.
Yeah.
But the secret rooms, the like little worm like ritual area is so sick. I love the step where you like guide the light between the different mirrors and like, you have to melee them properly to like aim in the right direction.
Yeah.
I wish that was more complex, honestly, but like just that, dude, that step is so sick. I love that step. Like I said, the liminal spaces are great. Nobody, and this was sort of in the middle of Treyarch, like hiding the boss right in front of our faces, but like nobody was expecting the Z-Rex to come to life. Dude, I was shocked when we got like the I guess pre-boss fight cutscene.
Yeah.
I was like, oh okay, like what's going on? And then the Z-Rex just bursting out of the like, dude, oh, I love Shattered Veil. It's such a sick map. Yeah, just fun quest. Atmosphere is great, even though I wish it wasn't in the daytime. Incredible boss fight in Z-Rex. I know that you could like cheese it with the basically get like a free round with the like what is that thing? That the attack helicopter score streak. I don't even
Chopper
remember the
gunner,
name of it. Yeah, the chopper, yeah. But yeah, overall, I think this is the most BO3 like level Easter egg at least map in BO7 because it is like the sort of collectathon. Like I love it. I think it's such a fun map to play every single time. I have a great time every single time I load in. So yeah, Shattered Veil. That was a bit of a word vomit, but we're gonna go with it anyway. That's gonna come in at my number 5.
I agree with most things you say. Yeah, Shattered Veil, very strong map. You'll hear my thoughts on it in just a bit. My number 5 is gonna be Darius. I put this map so high just because the only time I'm playing Darius is because that is the experience that I want, is something very casual, but still very moody and lore heavy. Obviously a lot of nostalgia picking back up every single time I load into the map. Darius is like, I don't think there's any map to replace it. It seems like Kino kind of tried to, because they implemented and then changed a lot of different things with that map, but everything Kino does, I think Darius does better. Yeah, it is a quite succinct, like casual experience. Yeah, so much of this is gonna just sound like nostalgia, so I won't do all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is one of the best casual zombies experiences you can have, in my opinion, and that is why it's gonna sit at number 5 for me, just because I know exactly what I'm getting myself into when I load into it, and sometimes that's exactly what I want.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I sort of gave my thoughts earlier on Doris. Yeah, it is like the ultimate map for just like doing the catwalk camping strat and like just killing zombies. Like atmosphere is great, the lore is great. To your point,
Uh,
yep. Go ahead.
Fun fact, and this is I know you said like Doris in this case would be like World at War.
Mhm.
To be honest, I've never played World at War. So I'm more so thinking of like BO1, and to an extent I'm still thinking of BO3 with the giant, just as a map experience, even though that's not really what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just wanted to throw in, because when I think of the map, I do think of the giant, and that's not why it sits in this ranking, but it's why I bring this up. My the weapon with the most kills in BO3 is the Bowie knife for me, because I
What?
grinded the hell
That's
out
crazy.
of the giant.
Wow.
I have
What's the
screenshots to
strat?
prove
Is there
it.
a strat with the Bowie knife or something? Like what?
No, it's just I spent so much time, like that was the first thing, like that was my priority thing every single time I loaded onto the map, was going straight to the Bowie knife.
Wow.
I played a lot of the giant.
Super interesting. Huh. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, just in general, Derbeast, the giant, they're not like too different from each other. Obviously, like the weapon selection is different and everything, but
The extra perk, the secret perk, pretty cool. But
yeah.
different conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, don't blame you at all. It's definitely for the people that want to sort of load in, kill zombies in a great atmosphere, all that good stuff. So can't fault you at all for putting it at number 5. My number 4 is going to be Garad Crovey. Dude, I love Garad Crovey. The atmosphere is incredible. You have the dragons and like the planes and stuff like flying around in the sky. The sort of like Nikolai at the beginning of the map saying, I think it's like "curse you, dragon" or something. Like, dude, it just like it starts off so sick, and it in my opinion maintains that the entire way through. I love the quest, sort of getting all the trophies around the map. It's sort of a side note, but I love how like different, like it seems like each trophy has its like level of difficulty as well. So like the one, you just have to shoot it off the guy's hand on the wall there.
Yeah.
And the other one, you have to get the gauntlet of Siegfried and like punch open a safe. Like there's like so many like levels to it. I really love how the varying difficulties of getting each trophy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get the Mark III out of the box. There's no like quest or anything for that. But while you're doing that, you're doing all the stuff with the egg and like the different challenges for that, and that's to get the that's to get this the gauntlet of Siegfried. Yeah, dude, I love GK's quest. Kronos being the password for Sophia. I think that's tied to Diaglock as well. I was actually just watching an Evan F video today, and he was sort of going over. It was actually his Totenreich video, but Diaglock sort of is mentioned in Doris and GK and Totenreich. And I think Kronos was like some kind of code word, I think, related to Diaglock. So that being the password isn't just like random. It's like it's, and there's like some kind of paper around GK that like tells you that the password to like the machine being Sophia, is like something that the workers around the building would be very familiar with, and like that would be Kronos. So like there's some lore there to that step.
That makes sense. Because if I could interject for a second, because I remember when we stumbled onto this, like when we were looking at the Totenreich gameplay trailer. Yeah, so I remember comparing it to the things that drop in GK, and I think it said it did all sorts of things, I think including
I think it like stopped time or like something with time, as well as
something
like
with time,
anti-grav.
Yeah, so it is all linked together. That's really cool. I'm gonna have to watch Evan's video on that.
But yeah, no, I mean the dragon taking you to the Pack-a-Punch, dude. Oh my god, like, dude, GK is so sick. It's as well as the best, and like I don't think this is saying much because I'm not really fond of any of the boss fights in BO3, to be fair, but the best boss fight in BO3 in my opinion Dude,
It's
yeah,
fair.
the pap camo, like that's a side thing, but like the dragon scale pap camo, like, oh, dude, I love GK. It's such a great map. And it's so weird because it's the second worst map on BO3 for both of us, but we just have it like it's such different spots. But yeah, the GK hate that the pack specifically is sort of forcing these days is not acceptable. It's gonna come in at my number 4. I wanted to glaze it a little bit. It's so much fun. GK is such a great map. So I also, just real quick, the Valkyrie drone, like the Valkyrie drone step is not problematic. You just have to shoot the slow down, the little like yellow slow down thing from the Mark IIIs. Like that's not problematic. The bomb step, just remember the order of the bombs when they pop up. Like that's not problematic either. Dude, people just get good. Just get good, bro. And I'm not to you specifically, Debbie, but like the people in this, like, lock in, bro. Lock in. GK comes in at 4 for me.
It's fair. I understand the love, and clearly I'm missing something, and I'll just be oblivious till the end of time. Number 4, it's a map that you and I are very familiar with, very fond of, that not many are. That's gonna be Alpha Omega.
Yeah. Okay.
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah, what can I say bad about Alpha Omega? Probably nothing. No, but really, obviously the Nova Bombers are a very problematic part of the map, but I think that is easily looked over when you look at basically what I would say is the entire rest of the map. You and I have glazed Rushmore plenty. I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll do plenty of it in just a moment as well. Yep. All of his quotes, but interacting with him with all the different codes that you can do is such a neat concept. The lore of this map is absolutely like on top. It is really cool once I really sat down and delved deep into it. The stuff with Purnell and Peter McCain, and Purnell's he essentially brought Peter McCain back to life with the elemental shard, and then we see Purnell become the Avogadro. The stuff with the fact that the mannequins are all alive because they're like bounded to what is it, like the mannequins were brought back to life, I believe, using the elemental shard, and they, in the same way that you needed to fuel the MPD with souls by killing people around it, Purnell found out you could fuel the APD, the American Pyramid device, with the pseudo souls within the mannequins, without having to kill real people. Like, there's so much cool stuff that goes into it, but that's all outside of gameplay stuff. The ray gun Mark II variants are very damn neat. I personally prefer them in Shattered Veil, but I like there are 4 of them here. I think that's a much nicer number when you're doing a set of wonder weapons.
Yep.
Visually a very cool map. The mannequins feel especially eerie around this map too. Like, obviously there was a bit of like what do you call it, like Uncanny Valley in just like playing like the original Black Ops 1 Nuketown and stuff, and even like Black Ops 2 Nuketown Zombies, but knowing that they are alive in this map and you eventually do have to fight them in the quest. Yeah, it's really cool. Ted's in the map too. There's a lot to this map that I think people overlook based on 1 or 2 small gripes. I'm sure those gripes are bigger to them, and that's why it seats the map a lot lower, but for me, and I think you can agree, Alpha Omega is a great map, so for me it's gonna be number 4.
Okay, yeah, I mean that segues right into number 3 for me being Alpha Omega. Dude, yeah, everything you said is so true. This map is just dripping with aura. It's, oh my gosh, like Rushmore is so sick. Like, dude, the step with Marlton where he has the 115 canister and you have to bring the ADAM unit over to him and he like finally coughs it up. Like, that's so sick.
Yeah.
Dude, just the entire like, I love the purpose of the quest sort of being like proving your loyalty to Rushmore, and then he like allows you granted to the MPD. Dude, the entire thing. I adore Alpha Omega. Atmosphere is incredible. Rushmore's incredible. If anything, it falls victim to like the zombie AI being like super aggro for no reason.
Yeah.
Like that paired with the Nova Bombers sort of like making them beefier is just obviously was not a smart decision, but to your point, the Nova Bombers are such a small gripe in a map that's like fantastic in every other category. We see Avogadro return. Like, dude, there's just, oh my gosh, it's such a great, like, it nails everything besides the Nova Bombers, and like the Nova Bombers just kill them and they stop beefing up the zombies. Just deal with it, bro. So I agree with you. Alpha Omega, fantastic map. It comes in at number 3 for me.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about being such a difficult map on probably the most notorious and familiar like map we have in Call of Duty history with Nuketown, making that it's such a familiar location, but it's still so difficult to navigate with all the zombies and how tight it is, and even with the addition of the bunker, like, so there's a cool juxtaposition there. But yeah, and if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the Pack Mentality podcast, this is not for the memes. We are dead serious about Alpha Omega.
We love Alpha Omega over here, man. I will say, I wasn't sure where you stood. I know, like, we've talked about it a little bit, but I didn't know if, like, yeah, I guess I didn't know where AO would rank in, like, a good chunk of maps here. And I'm pleasantly surprised that it's at number 4 for you, so...
I surprised myself.
If you guys are new here, we're just a couple of ball knowers for putting AO. So if you agree with us, do join the pack. If you disagree with us, join the pack anyway. It's a great time over there. Check us out. But without further ado, what's your number 3, Mr. Debbie?
Oh, yeah, because yours was Alpha Omega. Yeah, number 3 for me is going to be Shattered Veil. BO6, phenomenal game, and this is one of the more phenomenal maps in that game. Yeah, you already said a lot. All the secret areas, not just the liminal spaces, but the worm, the MWZ worm in the basement. So neat. I wish I'm sort of torn. Like, I wish maps would do it more, but then does it make them feel less special?
Yeah.
And
are you saying secret rooms in general?
Yeah, like
okay.
Areas that you can only unlock throughout the quest or something like that. But yeah, the Ray Gun Mark II variants, of course, very fun, and I think the quests to get them are pretty fun as well. Obviously, the standout is the one that gets you to another of the secret rooms, which is the Worm Room, with the HVT Doppelgas and meleeing the reflectors. The Abomination one can be a bit of a bitch, but it's not too bad, and I think that's the best of the variants, so it is well worth it. Yeah, you said a lot already. I'm trying not to tread old ground. The Z-Rex boss fight, I mean, come on, like one of the coolest on paper boss fights I think they've ever come up with. Yeah, I am having a hard time saying anything new because you covered it very well. I really do adore Shattered Veil, and it is very much up there for me. I did put Terminus as my all-time favorite Zombies quest, but that's not figuring in a lot of different things, and I still don't know how, just from map to map, where Shattered Veil might sit in my ranking for BO6 as a whole, but it is absolutely up there. It is a standout. People have gone a little stale on it, but it hasn't for me. I do have a problem with something you said, though, and I brought it up to you before, and I'm very curious to see what the pack might have to say. I don't see Shattered Veil as a daytime map. To me, it has always felt like dusk at the earliest. It feels like it's
Really?
like just about to be nighttime.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just the vibe I've always gotten. I don't know if it's like if it's just like the haunted mansion aspect, and I'm imagining that at night.
Okay.
Which it's not at night. It's definitely not, but it feels very dark to me, and I've never seen Shattered Vale as a daytime map. Like, there's some light in the sky for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've brought this up so many times, and I'm going to continue to fight for that.
Interesting. Okay. Like, you could be right. I guess, like, you can definitely tell when it's definitely not a nighttime map. If you want to, like, we could split hairs on that, I guess. But, like, I guess what I will say is I wish it was a nighttime map. I'm not going to, like, I'm not saying it's at, like, 9 a.m. or anything, but, like, I do wish it was, like, dead of the night where it's, like, obviously nighttime. Like, you can see the moon, like, it's dark out, like, that kind of stuff. I wish it was nighttime. If you want to say it's dusk, like, I'll concede that point to you. Dude, I feel like it would have benefited. I feel like a lot of BO6 maps would have benefited from the maps being at night.
I do agree. And to be fair, I think I posed this a long time ago when the map first came out, and well, no, it would have been after Reckoning came out, but I think people agreed with you. But I think the jury will forever be out until people agree with me. So that's the hill I'm gonna die on.
Okay.
And yeah, with that said, what is your number 3 or number 2?
Number 2, yeah. So, we're officially in S tier for me. Both of my 1 and 2 are in my S tier. And I went back and forth on this, and I do think at the end of the day, this is where I fall in terms of my rankings. And number 2 for me is going to be none other than the most recent map we've gotten, Totenreich. Just an absolute banger, like an instant classic, Totenreich. I mean, the lead up to it was fantastic. Everybody was so hyped going into it, and the consensus, everybody agrees, it's met it. Like the hype that people had for the map, it lived up to the expectations. You could argue exceeded.
Yep.
Atmosphere is incredible. It's a little bit more down to earth than what we're sort of getting from like the first 2, or I guess all the first 3, where we're just at a fishing town, and is it Norway? Yeah.
Yep.
That was, I guess, in Norway, and now it's in the Dark Ether. Yeah, atmosphere is super fun. The Jotenstar, that Wonder Weapon quest, is off the charts. One of the best we've ever gotten. The Glock drops, another Die Glock mentioned. It's funny, we cover every map in the Die Glock, like that, at least like the main ones. We got Doris, we got GK, now we got Totenreich.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, the Glock drops are incredible. Such a fun, like, unique mechanic on it. It's not just like kill zombies. It's like, you know, it rewards the player for killing more zombies as they're suspended in the air. The fishing mechanic's incredible. The helmets are incredible.
Yeah.
The Wonder Barrage, you could argue it's like a reskinned LDBR.
Yeah.
But like it's, I guess, but like it looks so sick. And I like when I use the Wonder Barrage, I do not think of the LDBR at all. Like I think like rockets are shooting out of Tyr's like back or whatever, and the LDB, it doesn't feel like just like a generic score streak. You know, another secret room with like the RCXD thing. I'm such a sucker for those, like the secret RCXD paths. What else? The fact that you can the random room teleporting is back.
Oh,
like,
man.
dude, they brought so much of the charm from previous Zombies experiences being brought into this map. Like it nails all of it. Like none of it is key jingling. It's like it brings them back in a phenomenal way. I do wish the quest was a little bit longer. That's sort of like a small gripe that I have with the map, but
yeah,
definitely wish the quest was longer. And that's all, like the lore that you get with Richtofen and him like aura farming in the lead up to the map. It's also the first map that like the map itself is actually like tied to the character. Like it's not like, obviously Ashes and Astra are like the Dempsey Nikolai maps, but like this map is Richtofen's, you know, this is his legacy. Dude, I like Totenreich is so sick. Start to finish, it's incredible. I don't think I have a single bad thing to say about Totenreich besides I guess the quest could have been longer.
Sure.
And that's all before I even mentioned the boss fight. One of the most cinematic boss fight ever, and it's not even an argument. And I want to say it's definitely a top 3 boss fight in my opinion. It's between Dravikar and Krogzilla from Attack. But yeah, dude, it's incredible. I think even mechanically it's a really fun time. The fact that you're shooting like the crit spots, like Tyr's sort of like tying them up and allowing you to shoot the crit spots, and then even the floating heads, people don't like that step. I think it's great. I love that step. I have no problems with it at all. And then of course I thought like the chef's kiss was Dravikar like minimizing the boss fight arena, so it's just you have nothing to hide behind. It's just you versus Dravikar at the end.
It's so cool.
You mentioned the fact that you shoot, so like his face like mask thing falls off, or is that just his face? I don't know. Just like his face, I guess it like melts off, and then Tyr like with the punch through his back, punching his like ice heart thing out. Dude, it's oh my gosh, it's Totenreich is an absolute masterpiece, and it comes in at number 2 for me. I love Totenreich.
Yeah. Well, we are 2 different people, so we did take 2 different paths.
Okay.
I will glaze Totenreich in just a moment. But first, number 2 for me is gonna go to Buried.
Yep.
People would argue one of the greatest sandbox feeling zombies maps of all time, and I couldn't agree more. There are so many things that make it feel so incredibly distinct from anything else. The vibes I have never been done before, and I don't think had been done again in the western town. Arthur with so many different mechanics to him, and something about Arthur just being there just as a person that we can interact, like, so it was so ahead of its time, and it's like it doesn't fit the map, but like it so does. Another like the time bomb, like
Oh
what does that have to do with this western town? But like it works, and it's so buried. There are so many aspects to this map that you can play this map in so many different ways. This is one of the few high rounds that I am familiar with. Shout out Wonderful, who I've had a great deal watching Wonderful's videos on like the high round strats, because Wonderful was a part of that, and that was so fun to watch. And it's just, that is just one of the so many different ways that you can play this map. There's so much that was just kind of like thrown at the wall to see what stuck, and it somehow worked in the best way. Obviously the quest has so many cool, just like out there things that you would never think would make it to Zombies, like round infinity, sharpshooter at the very end. And the thing is, I know it's not just your number 1, but you've been like telling me off screen for weeks now that you are like fiending for this map. So I want to let loose and let you glaze this map, as I will glaze Totenreich in just a moment.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't catch on from that, Buried is my number 1. Yeah, to your point, off screen, I've been telling the guys in the pack that I've been dying to play Buried, bro. So I have a PS5. I don't have like PC or anything, so I don't really have a way of, unless I want to, fork over my money, which we're getting to the point where I just might, depending on when BO2 releases, or BO2 gets ported over. But dude, I'm dying to play. Like every day when I wake up, I'm like, and I think of like, obviously, I mean, I think about Zombies every day. And I'm like, what map do I want to play the most today? And it's always buried. It's every single time it's buried. Um, I'm gonna say I would argue, but I think like I'm pretty confident in saying this. It's the most unique zombies map of all time. To your point, like the paralyzer, not only does it kill zombies, but you also get the like unique function of it allowing you to jump over obstacles that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. The time bombs are great. Even like just the unique weapons, I forget, is it the Remington? Like the Remington pistol. That
The
thing's
New Metal
incredible.
Army.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that thing is so sick.
Yeah.
The perma perks that you can get unburied, as well as to your point, Leroy breaking open the different like barriers around the map, allowing you access to, and like you get points for the greater distance that he covers when he breaks them open. Like that's super unique. You can like manipulate that to your favor. The chalk drawings, dude, it's all so sick. I personally associate the bank with buried because that's like when
Yeah.
I guess I just maybe it's just because I didn't play too much Die Rise or Transit, but yeah, the buried was definitely the map that I I associate the bank with.
Agreed.
The quest parting off between Richtofen and Maxis, like who you're gonna help in the quest. I mean, that's not a buried specific thing, but in general, such a sick concept, and like both quests are super fun to do.
Yeah.
The like every area is extremely unique to itself. Like the church, the introduction of Vulture Aid, which was a very unique perk at the time. Not to mention the Witch's House, where they take away 2,000 points a hit, getting a free perk at the end of that, and then the maze, dude. The maze is incredible. Like I have so many. Like I love the maze. The fact that it changes every single. I think it's every single time you go through it.
Sounds right.
And like that's how you get to Pack-a-Punch, and Pack-a-Punch being at the bottom of like a winding staircase, and if you're not careful you just die, you just fall through the stairs and die. Like, oh dude, I like buried is incredible. The fact that you can break the fountain in the middle of the maze as well, and that's like a fast travel back to spawn. Not to mention spawn with like the breaking platform for the LSAT, dude. Dude, buried is so sick. Like it is I literally cannot wait until that BO2 port happens, bro. I will be playing buried, and like I will have like a bucket by my seat for when I need to use the bathroom, because I am not stopping playing buried. It's such
Sores
a great
on your ass.
yeah, dude, everything, bro. I'm gonna need buried is so sick. Most unique map ever. Maybe I say that ignorantly. I would love to hear like if you, Devi, or if anybody in the comments has any counters to that. But like, it introduced so many sick things to zombies, and like they all stayed on buried, and I think it just makes it so unique to itself, and it's such a blast playing it. So buried's gonna come in at number 1 for me. I adore this map.
It's so valid. Yeah, you brought up the chalk drawings, the ghosts in the house, Jebediah's mother, that steals your points.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you weren't gonna bring it up, I was gonna bring up the LSAT in Spawn that you get one shot at.
So sick.
It is so sick. And I'm not gonna even attempt to argue with you that it is just something. I guess the word that fits it the best is like wacky or zany. Like there's so much going on that it literally seems like Jimmy Zielinski just like brain vomited this map out, and somehow it just worked. Like the lore to this map too, with obviously, like I said, Jebediah Brown, and the fact that it takes place under the surface of Angola, Africa, which why?
Sure. Sure, bro.
If you know the story, it makes sense, but it's like the buried is absolutely one of a kind, and I can absolutely see why you would have it as your number 1.
Yeah, I do. I just have a couple more points I wanted to bring up, because it's like it's that unique where I just like glazed it, and I still have more to say.
Go for it.
Kind of a small thing is like the trample steam glitches that you can do to like glitch through the wall. Like, again, small thing. Wall glitching is not a buried specific thing, but that's just like it's so fun, like using the trample steam just to like BS your way into like a god mode spot. I love like the specific things with Leroy, like getting the key first of all to unlock him. I love that, and then the different things you can do with the booze and the candy. Like, dude, it's like holding a crawler, like keeping the box where you want to keep it. Building,
moving the box.
Yeah, building the different like the buildables. Like, dude, it's so sick. Yeah, Buried's amazing. I already glazed it enough, but yeah, just wanted to get those in before you, of course, glazed the one and only Totenreich.
Yeah, my number one Totenreich. Call it recency bias, call it what you want, but I absolutely love this map. I can understand that, you know, some people might have a hard time finding a fantastic, phenomenal map in the modern zombies era, and you know, modern zombies might be something that brings those cool things about a map down for you, but I've been a large advocate for modern zombies, even maybe to a fault, enjoying maps more than I otherwise might, and I think Totenreich is absolutely like one of the best bridges between modern zombies, a system I adore so much, and Totenreich as just a map that I obviously also adore so much. Yeah, Jotenstar, phenomenal melee weapon and phenomenal wonder weapon quest. The reused asset, but reused in such a cool way with the white skinned or the white furred Zursa by baiting it, which is so neat.
Yeah.
And the constellation room, which is a very easy step, but it's vibey as hell. Onto like the necropincer, which I am shocked still that it is not an elite. Obviously it doesn't have a lot of health. Yes, compared to elites, it doesn't deserve to be an elite without more health, but it could easily slot in there if they just boosted its health. But absolutely fits the map. It's a Viking warrior spirit, and it's disgusting. It was mutated on by Group 935 with the crab hand. The trident is a biatch, but it just works. You already brought up the boss fight. To me, at least the most cinematic boss fight. The jury's still out because I've yet to do the attack one. To be fair,
it's definitely more cinematic. Like, it's more cinematic for sure, but like in terms of gameplay and stuff, that was the hang up for me. But go on.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, with Tyr and Dravakar just like duking it out, and you're kind
So
of
sick.
doing what you can in the meantime.
Yep.
It's really neat. And you brought up him pulling you in and shooting these Nordic runes at you of ice. It just works. Not to mention, as you did, the Group 935 themed unique equipment, which people have been asking for unique equipment in modern zombies since 2020, since its inception, and I hope they continue to do it into Kawakujo. But at least it's here, and that's what we're ranking. So it just does so much right. I do wish the main quest was a little longer. I totally agree with you there. But I'd say just about everything it does, it does right, and it does what I would think it intends to do. The helmets and all the different ways to not only get them, but the effects that you get from them interact and weave into the map super duper well. Being able to just go into Tyr is such a cool throwback to Origins, and yeah, now I'm word vomiting. But
You're spitting, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Totenreich is my favorite DLC3 map of the bunch, and yeah, I can understand I like that our lists were pretty different, but I think they both work.
Yeah, it's funny how our end maps, the bookends are the same, but flipped. At the
Yeah,
bottom,
yeah.
we had the flip bookend, and then at the top as well. So, yeah, and then a lot of mix up in the middle there though. But yeah, dude, Totenreich as your one, totally justified. It's a modern masterpiece, to say the least. It's a great map.
Take that. Did you have any other thoughts before we get into these dead drops from the pack?
I don't think so. I guess one thing is I agree with your point. Is I really hope they continue the map unique equipment / score streaks up in Kawakujo and on. I want it to be an equipment though. Like the map unique score streak obviously is incredible, but I like an equipment would be so much better in my opinion. It's just more like, I guess, feels more unique in my opinion. I don't know. Like there's really no like rhyme or reason or like way I can put it. I just prefer a unique equipment to a unique score streak.
Yeah, I just thought of this, so forgive me if it sounds stupid, but I wonder if they're kind of sketched on doing it, especially if it's something that's really overpowered, because they've now in BO7 implemented max ammos replenishing that equipment.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're too scared of like overpowering us.
Dude, stop being worried about that, Treyarch. Just let us be OP, bro. Just let us be OP. It's okay.
And that is the right answer. That's...
Yeah. We'll see though. Kawakujo, less than 2 weeks away, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I really hope so. Not that we're necessarily in need of something right now. The only need I'm feeling for it is because we're assuming it already is so close.
Yeah.
I think Totenreich could last us a little bit longer, but
for sure.
Screw it. Give it to us now.
Drop it, bro.
If you're gonna do it, just do it. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, great list.
Yeah, with that said, let's get into these 3 dead drops we have from the pack. And guys, if you want to be a part of this community question bit, go ahead and join the pack today. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. Without further ado, let's get into which one's first here. We got Lechuga asking us, if there was one game mechanic you would add to the basic gameplay formula of Zombies, what would it be? It doesn't have to be an original idea, but something never seen in Zombies before. Now, Shorbzy, you and I had a bit of a hard time coming up with an answer for this question. And as always, we do not know our answers, but it sounds like we both made some compromises to answer this as good as we could. So
yeah, Lechuga, we loved the question so much that we changed it. No, so like me and Debbie were literally thinking for like what 5 to 10 minutes before, and we were just stuck. Like 10 minutes. Yeah, I'd say it was definitely closer to the 10-minute mark, and we were just stuck. Like we had no idea like where we were gonna go with this.
Lechuga, you made the mistake of thinking us to be creative.
Yeah.
More than we are. So
it is the pack mentality podcast, so you gotta keep in mind. No, but on a real note, it is a great question, but yeah, when we like both sat down and thought about it, like we were just stumped. Something that did come to mind, because for both of us, the first thing that came to mind was like a new mode or something, like Rogue Run or something like that. Yeah. So mine is sort of like, I wouldn't call it a mode. I wouldn't call it like a mechanic either though. One thing I've wanted for a long time in Zombies is basically just like a function where you turn like the zombies, like you just turn the zombies off for the map. Like you don't deal with them the entire time. It's basically like a permanent timeout, and that's for people like me that are doofuses and want to just walk around the map and look at every last pixel and be in awe of it. I think that's specifically problematic in BO4, because BO4 is a map where they really paid attention to the details of each map, but you can't even respect them because you're getting your head clawed off by a zombie at all times because they're like hyper aggressive. But no, I think it'd be a good thing to have for any Zombies game where, like I said, like there wouldn't be any way to like cheese it where you get like XP or something, but like for somebody like me who wants to just load into a map, yeah, basically like no zombies, you just walk around. And I know that you could say there's things like holding a crawler, stuff like that, but even still in the back of your mind, you're still thinking like that crawler's gonna die, and I'm gonna have to like refigure this thing out next round.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah, at least, and I just want to like purely load into a map. It would also be something that Treyarch wouldn't even like, shouldn't be at least problematic for them to do. Yeah, that would be something I'd like to see implemented. Just a mode where you can go in and just appreciate every pixel of the map as you want, without having to worry about, you know, managing a zombie or dying or flipping the round or whatever. So that's my answer to your question, Lechuga.
I freaking love that answer. Probably a lot more than mine even, because yeah, I mean, in a mode where we are very constantly just running around trying to survive, I feel like a lot of stuff does get overlooked in the art department for Treyarch, namely for Zombies, of course. So yeah, that would just be a good way to fully embrace all the work that they've done, because they've done so much, clearly. Yeah. No, that is a great idea. I really dig that. That'd be really good just for like even like video essays of people, you know, dissecting a map and just getting cool B-roll to play while you're talking over it. Yeah, I freaking love that. Mine was a little different. I called it a mode, but I don't necessarily want to call it that. Okay. I'm picturing it more like how you had those like on or off yes or no's in like BO2, how you could like turn off or on like Hellhounds or the magic box on like Town or something. I don't think you're necessarily going to be a fan of this idea. I feel like I already know your complaints about it. But I think it could be fun to do a sort of sandbox mode where on all the maps you have access to all of the wonder weapons in the box, all of the perks and equipment, which those are more tied to looking back onto like old maps where that was more of a thing. Today it's not so much because we have the Wonder Fizz already. I'm just sort of imagining it like how you can like play BO3 customs and get weapon packs that do that, like put the Blundergat on Origins. I feel like I'm hearing you're yelling me your critique that it takes away from the unique aspects of those things, Shorbsy. And if you don't want to play that way, just don't. And I probably wouldn't play it that way all the time, but I do think it would be kind of cool, a good way to mix it up. They sort of were doing that with Outbreak in Cold War, because they were throwing enemies and weapons. They were updating it as the year went on, and something about that was really cool. It was just in an unfortunately pretty poorly executed mode, but yeah, I think it could be cool to, and I didn't even write down enemies, but yeah, it would be cool to see like a Panzer on Mob or something like that. Okay. I don't know. It would just be a fresh way to play that you just have all the bells and whistles at your disposal and you can play it how you want to. But yeah, Lechuga, that's my answer. I feel like Lechuga was looking for more of things like, like you already got perks, you already got Pack-a-Punch, you already have the mystery box,
armor, all that.
We had a really hard time answering it with those things in mind. So shout out to Treyarch for being creative once again. If to the listener, if you guys have an idea, like please leave it below so we can see what we're missing in terms of like a creative new mechanic. But yeah, we could not for the life of us figure out what to introduce to zombies. Did I nail down your critique of my idea?
So like I'm kind of on the fence with it, where it's like I do want everything to be like unique to a given map, like dude, but at the same time, like I guess definitely to avoid people like using that, like skewing it to benefit them in like speed runs somehow or something, there should definitely be like some kind of like watermark or something, like some way of knowing, like if somebody was to like upload that to YouTube or something. And I know I'm getting like real in the weeds with it, but just like people knowing that that's like not the standard version of that map. Depending on like if you're saying like decrease like enemy spawns or so, I don't like.
Oh no.
People will find a way
No.
to cheat. Go ahead.
I just meant like including all
Like
of the unique aspects of the maps in that game and putting them on everything.
Right.
Essentially.
So like, I don't know, like increased zombie spawns or something like wouldn't be an option to that. It's basically just like, what would it be like if I had like the Sliquifier on Origins or something? Like that's what you're saying?
Yes.
More so that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I am still a little bit on the fence because like there is a voice in the back of my head that's like, no, they should be like specific to the map, and then the other side of me is like, stop being like old man yelling at cloud and let the people have fun. So, I like the idea. I definitely like it. I might explore like I would potentially like try that out a little bit, but yeah, I do think the community would receive that well and they would appreciate that. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, even if it's a thing you try for a couple games to see what it's like, that's cool with me. And I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult. I feel like we say that a lot for people that have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Right.
But with that, Lechuga, thank you so much for the question. Next is going to be Warman, who says, what makes a crew good and what makes a crew bad?
Okay. Yeah, this one was also like, so we talked about this in one of the voice chats not too long ago, but this one was another one that was kind of hard, like pinpointing what exactly makes a crew good versus a crew bad. So I said like funny / memorable quotes. Like one thing that we love about, for instance, Richtofen is that he can say the most off the wall thing, and then in like the next moment he's like super like reflective and like and deep, and you like really experience his emotions with both. Maybe that's just like voice acting talent. Like obviously that sort of plays a role. Like you need good people like the voice actors to hit on like the emotions that anybody might be feeling. But
For sure.
yeah, that's definitely a part of it. I think an issue I have with like the Chaos crew, for instance, is they're like really on the nose with like some of the jokes and stuff. Like have you ever seen this is a side tangent, have you ever seen the show Two Broke Girls?
Oh, not really, but I know about it. Yeah.
So I've seen a couple episodes just sort of in passing, and I cannot stand that show because it's one of those like they like say something that's like super on the nose and then they like pause and like wait for like the laugh track and stuff, and it's just like it doesn't flow well at all. Yeah. I do think like I get the same feel from like the Chaos crew. Like it feels really on the nose. I do not find them like funny or anything at all. Yeah, I'll sort of get to like a specific character with my next point, which is like just generally likable and interesting personalities. So, I guess like the gold standard of crews is just the original four. Obviously, like that's my favorite crew. I think they all have really interesting and like dynamic personalities. And I mentioned with like Richtofen, he'll say like something completely off the wall and then something super serious, and like you appreciate both.
Yeah.
Takio is super like stoic and quiet. Like Dempsey is just like your crazy like Marine. And then I will say I think Nikolai can be a little bit on the nose with some of his jokes, but like I give him a pass like unjustifiably because he's a part of the original four, and like I'm just gonna do it because I want to.
Yeah.
But like yeah, the Chaos crew specifically, like when I think of a bad crew, I do think of Chaos. I could think of, I mean, I'm not a fan of like Requiem or anything else. Maybe I should rip on Requiem a little bit. I don't care for Requiem either. I think Requiem is extremely on the nose, and it's not even funny. It's just like I do not like Requiem. But like for Chaos specifically, like Scarlet, when I say likable / interesting personalities, like half of the quotes that you get from Scarlet when you play as her is just like her complaining about her dad, and it's like I do not want to hear, like, shut up, Scarlet. Like do you have anything like interesting to say? Sorry, I am sort of like going off on tangents here, but in general, yeah, just be funny and be like actually funny and not make it so obvious that you're trying to be funny. But like you should also be able to sort of branch out and hit other like emotions in your voice acting. and then just be generally likable and enjoyable to play as. I know that that's super vague and like I didn't get like super specific with anything, but yeah, to me at least, that's my opinion of like what makes a crew good.
No, yeah, I think I agree with all your points except that Requiem is pretty cool. I feel like Chaos and Requiem sit on like polar opposite ends of the spectrum, where Chaos is very just like over the top, and Requiem they're all like decently like they're like so like normal it kind of hurts that they don't stand out enough. So one of the points I said for something good is to make them relatable, in the sense that like if I were in this person's shoes, is this how I would be acting? Requiem, I can see that a lot more. Obviously Chaos feel sort of like caricatures, and if that's like the kind of story that you're into and the vibe you like, more power to you. And something I brought up that I don't know if you necessarily got into, I don't think so, was just like the chemistry between them. Obviously you and I are pretty hard solo players. So that doesn't necessarily factor in, but I think it's still a very important thing, because that's obviously how you get a lot of the story information, is through not just the quotes in and of themselves, but the interactions between the two. I think those are two very strong points. Still, I do see Requiem as a weaker crew for sure, because after all, we are in a world filled with zombies, so for everyone to be relatively nonchalant about a lot of stuff doesn't necessarily feel right, which is a fault I would give to Requiem. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone can disagree that whatever iteration they prefer of the OG crew, that they are the strongest. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good list of things that we kind of look for and enjoy, and things for the writers to kind of look for, and I think they've done phenomenally with the Tempest. I hate using Tempest because it's not official, but I think they've done fantastic with them so
really
far.
Good job
so
with them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, with that said, Warman, thank you so much for the question. And last but not least, Dr. Tabadai asks, what is your biggest gripe with modern wonder weapons? Mine personally is the feeling that some wonder weapons are only in the map because Treyarch feels the need to include it in the main quest, i.e. the Beam Smasher for the trap step on Terminus, or the blue Cerberus variant for melting the door on Mauer. Yeah, Shorbz, what are your complaints? What is your biggest gripe with the modern wonder weapons?
Yeah, so I guess real quick, I didn't think about the docs. Shout out Shelly. Appreciate you for watching. Yeah, I appreciate, like, I think it's a good point by Doc. Like, I didn't think about that, how sometimes they do kind of feel like they are in the map a little bit, just to extend the quests, and I do wish that like the wonder weapon quests weren't such a big percentage of some of the quests in Modern Zombies. Just wanted to say, like, I thought that was a good point. I think that's a very reasonable gripe to have. When I thought about it for myself, I actually had two that came to mind. One of them is pretty like self-explanatory, and I've mentioned it a few times. They just don't do enough damage, in my opinion. I would love, I mean, the Jotun Star was a step in the right direction, but in general, I'd love a wonder weapon where you just Apothecant Servant levels, shoot it at the ground, and turn your mind off for like 15 seconds. So yeah, that was like sort of surface level. The other one being quests aren't complex enough, in my opinion. You know, I love getting the bows on DE. I love getting the staffs on Origins. Like, those are like very in-depth quests that also have, well, I guess not the bow so much, but like having another upgrade on top of that the player can go through in order to level up the wonder weapon even more. Yeah, we just don't have like very elaborate Wonder Weapon quests in Modern Zombies. Like I haven't been particularly impressed with like any of them. Besides, Jotenstar was incredible, but like, yeah, for the first, for Ashes, Astra, and Paradox, like they're fine, but they don't like. I guess they don't feel like a Wonder Weapon quest. Like when I, when I'm doing the Origins, like when I'm getting the staff parts for Origins, and I like do the upgrades and stuff, like it feels like I'm doing like hidden secret stuff in order to get a Wonder Weapon that I'm not supposed to have, and then it feels that way. That sort of ties into the damage part, but like, yeah, the modern like the steps in like the more recent maps, I would say like during the Modern Zombies era, um, yeah, for the most part, the quests are just not long or complex enough to, at least for me. I would love for um, each of them to be considerably longer. I'm known for being a big fan of the swords, and I always say if the swords just had like 2 or 3 extra steps for each one, they would potentially be my favorite Wonder Weapons ever, which is crazy to say, but like the quest
Yes,
is
it
really
is.
important. The quest is super important to me when it comes to getting a Wonder Weapon. Like it should be fun to get. Um, and yeah, just sometimes some of these quests just don't hit the mark for me. So yeah, that's a gripe that I have with Wonder Weapons.
Yeah, my gripe is it's funny. It's different than Dr. Tabadai's, but you kind of touched on it. Is not that I necessarily feel like the Wonder Weapons are like shoehorned in to like be for the main quest necessarily, but that, like you said, Shorbzy, the quest to getting the Wonder Weapons takes up such a high percentage of the main quest. And that is my biggest gripe. I wish that they just treated those two things as completely separate, even though like you pretty much always need the Wonder Weapon for the main quest.
Yeah.
I wish they didn't factor in getting the quest into the larger percentage for the main quest. So that is going to be my biggest gripe, because all it does is make the main quest feel shorter.
Yeah.
You're spending half the time just getting the Wonder Weapon, and to me that is unfortunate, because even though you're the Easter egg guy, I do appreciate a longer quest pretty much always. So yeah, that is going to be my answer. And with that said, Dr. Tabadai, thank you so much for the question. Shorbzy, would you like to send us home?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 19 of the Pack Mentality podcast. Yeah, down in the comments below, let us know your thoughts on Kawakujo, the events, the rankings that me and Mr. Debbie had. Say that I'm goated, say that he's not so goated with his ranking. Join the pack. Link in the description below. It's a great time. We're growing a pretty darn good amount. Yeah, having a blast in there. So yeah, definitely come hang out with us in the Discord. It's a great time. We're in voice chats and stuff all the time. Just, you will not regret it. It's a ton of fun. So, but yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. Hit that like button if you like the video. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace.